The imperial family traces its descent from Amaterasu. Welcome to Deka Rankings. If you want to know things, you're in the right place. The topic for today is Top 10 Most Powerful Japanese Gods. From the shining sun to the raging storms, the kami of Japan shaped the islands and guided the people. Their stories, preserved in the Kojiki and Nihon Shoki, reveal gods of creation, battle, wisdom, harvest, and the eternal cycles of nature. The kami embody both harmony and chaos, showing how balance shapes the world. Today we rank the top 10 most powerful Japanese gods, from the least to the most mighty, exploring their myths, worship, and enduring influence. Number 10. Omoikane. Omoikane, god of wisdom, thought, and counsel, was revered as the divine strategist among the kami. He was summoned when the gods faced difficult challenges, his insight guiding them toward solutions. Most famously, when Amaterasu hid herself in a cave. Plunging the world into darkness, Omoikane devised the plan to lure her out with a mirror, jewels, and the dance of Ame no Uzume. His wisdom restored sunlight to the earth. Priests and leaders invoked Omoikane and when making weighty decisions, seeing him as patron of strategy and foresight. Though less well known than warrior deities, his influence remains vital, representing the importance of intellect over brute force. Today, Omoikane symbolizes careful judgment, leadership, and the wisdom of collective planning in both politics and daily life. Number 9. Fujin. Fujin, the god of wind, was one of the most ancient and fearsome deities. Depicted as a demon-like figure carrying a massive bag filled with winds, he released storms that shaped weather and the outcome of wars. Alongside his brother Raijin, Fujin controlled the invisible forces that humans depended on, yet could not tame. He was both destructive and life-giving, for winds brought rain to crops and cleared the skies. In Japanese folklore, Fujin is remembered for aiding in the defense of Japan during the Mongol invasions. Typhoons, known as kamikaze, or divine winds, destroyed invading fleets, believed to be his intervention. His image often appears at temple gates with Raijin, symbolizing natural power and divine protection. Today, Fujin embodies the unseen forces of change, both feared and revered, reminding humanity of nature's unpredictability. Number 8. Raijin. Raijin, god of thunder, lightning, and storms, is often shown as a fierce figure surrounded by drums, which he strikes to create thunder. Farmers both feared and prayed to him, for storms could destroy crops but also nourish them with rain. He was inseparable from his brother Fujin, and together they represented the raw power of weather. Temples and shrines often depict him in fierce poses, guarding sacred spaces. Legends say he could summon lightning bolts at will, terrifying both mortals and spirits. Raijin was sometimes invoked during wars to inspire fear in enemies, for the booming thunder symbolized overwhelming power. In art, his imagery remains iconic, decorating screens, statues, and temple roofs. Today, Raijin symbolizes the awe-inspiring, uncontrollable energy of the elements, a reminder of how deeply the Japanese people lived in rhythm with nature's power. Number 7. Izanami. Izanami, goddess of creation and death. With her husband, Izanagi gave birth to the islands of Japan and countless kami. She was central to the myth of origin, shaping the very land where people lived. Yet her story turned tragic when she died, giving birth to the fire god Kagutsuchi. Descending to Yomi, the land of the dead, she became its queen. When Izanagi sought to retrieve her, she forbade him from looking at her decayed form. He disobeyed, horrified by what he saw, and fled, sealing the entrance to Yomi. Izanami's role shifted from mother of creation to goddess of death, marking the beginning of mortality for all beings. Her dual nature reflected life's cycle, creation and death bound together. Shrines to her honored her as both life-giver and death-bringer. Today she remains a powerful symbol of transformation, loss, and the inevitability of death. Number 6. Izanagi. Izanagi, god of creation and purification, was the counterpart and husband of Izanami. Together they stirred the cosmic sea with a jeweled spear, forming the islands of Japan. After Izanami's death, Izanagi descended to Yomi to retrieve her, but fled in sorrow when he saw her corpse. Seeking to cleanse himself of death's pollution, he performed the first purification ritual, or misogi, washing away the defilement. From this act, new deities were born, including Amaterasu from his left eye, Tsukuyomi from his right eye, and Susanoo from his nose. Thus, the chief deities of heaven arose from his purification. His story established cleansing rituals as a foundation of Shinto practice, showing that purity restores balance. Izanagi symbolizes beginnings, renewal, and the power of ritual. His legacy endures in Shinto rites of purification, reminding worshippers of the connection between the divine and the natural cycles of cleanliness and rebirth. Number 5. Hachiman. Hachiman, god of war and divine protector of Japan, became one of the most venerated kami. Though originally associated with agriculture, he later became patron of warriors and archery, merging with the spirit of Emperor Ojin. During the rise of the samurai, Hachiman was adopted as their guardian, invoked before battles, and honored in countless shrines. Over 25,000 shrines dedicated to him exist across Japan, more than for almost any other deity. He symbolized martial valor, national protection, and divine justice. In myth, he defended Japan against foreign threats, credited with sending divine winds against invaders. Samurai sought his blessing for courage and victory, and emperors claimed his protection for their rule. Today, Hachiman continues to represent honor, loyalty, and the warrior spirit, embodying both the agricultural roots and the martial identity of Japan. Number 4. Inari. Inari, god of rice, fertility, and prosperity, is one of the most widely worshipped kami in Japan. Depicted in many forms, male, female, or androgynous, Inari reflects adaptability and abundance. Foxes, or kitsune, serve as Inari's messengers, and thousands of shrines marked by red torii gates honor this deity. The Fushimi Inari Shrine in Kyoto, with its endless pathways of gate, is among the most famous sacred sites in Japan. Farmers prayed to Inari for bountiful harvests, while merchants and craftsmen invoked the god for wealth and success. Inari's influence expanded beyond agriculture to commerce and industry, making the deity central to daily life for all classes. Rituals included offerings of rice and sake, symbolizing prosperity. Today, Inari remains one of the most beloved deities, embodying growth, adaptability, and the promise of fortune. The fox statues at shrines continue to remind worshippers of Inari's presence in every aspect of life. Number 3. Susanoo. Susanoo, storm god and brother of Amaterasu and Tsukuyomi, was both feared and celebrated for his violent, unpredictable nature. Banished from heaven for his destructive behavior, he wandered the earth, where he became a hero. His greatest feat was slaying Yamata no Orochi, the 8-headed serpent that terrorized the land. From the serpent's body, Susanoo retrieved the sword Kusanagi, later one of the 3 sacred treasures of Japan's imperial regalia. Though his temper caused chaos, his deeds brought order, symbolizing the duality of destruction and salvation. Susanoo's worship connected to sea storms, agriculture, and protection from disasters. Shrines dedicated to him honored his fierce strength, especially in coastal regions. In art and literature, Susanoo embodies the wild, rebellious spirit that nonetheless achieves greatness. Today he endures as the symbol of the chaotic force that, when tamed, brings renewal and protection. Number 2. Tsukuyomi. Tsukuyomi, god of the moon and brother of Amaterasu, governed the night and time's rhythm. Born from Izanagi's right eye, he embodied serenity and balance. Yet myths portray him as stern, especially when he slew Ukemochi, the goddess of food, for offering food created in what he found to be an unclean way. This act angered Amaterasu, causing the division of day and night, symbolizing cosmic cycles of light and darkness. Though less worshipped than Amaterasu, Tsukuyomi was honored in lunar festivals and rituals that marked agricultural cycles. He represented the quiet order of the night sky, the passage of time, and the reflective calm that balances the sun's brilliance. In modern symbolism, Tsukuyomi stands for patience, reflection, and the cycles that govern life. He remains a figure of harmony and the eternal beauty of the moon. Number 1. Amaterasu. Amaterasu, goddess of the sun and supreme Shinto deity, was born from Izanagi's left eye and immediately illuminated the heavens. She ruled over Takamagahara, the high plane of heaven, and her brilliance sustained the world. Her most famous myth tells of her retreat into a cave after her brother Susanoo's rampage, plunging the world into darkness. The other gods lured her out with laughter, jewels, and a mirror, restoring sunlight. This event established the centrality of light and ritual in Japanese belief. The imperial family traces its descent from Amaterasu, cementing her role as divine ancestor and legitimizer of political power. Her worship is centered at the Ise Grand Shrine, one of the most sacred places in Japan, rebuilt every 20 years to honor her renewal. Amaterasu embodies light, renewal, authority, and harmony. Today she remains the heart of Shinto, a symbol of divine ancestry, national unity, and the life-giving power of the sun. The Japanese gods, or kami, embody forces of nature, creation, and destiny. From Omoikan's wisdom to Amaterasu's light, their stories reveal harmony and conflict, life and death, chaos and order. Their shrines and rituals still connect people to the divine, blending ancient belief with modern culture. These kami remain eternal symbols of Japan's spirit, guiding values and inspiring reverence across centuries. Like this video, and subscribe to Deca Rankings for more videos like this.